Welcome to another Adobe Script tutorial. Today's script is for Photoshop. We'll take a folder of images and make a PDF of them. I recently discovered a Photoshop app method that does this. Make PDF presentation. To begin, I've copied the code from the last video and made the title Tutorial 7. There won't be a process file function in this script because the one app method does it all. But the arguments to pass require setting up a few objects. Also, instead of an output folder, we need an output file. First, declare a variable for the output file. var file PDF. I'm declaring it at the top because we need this during the interface and again when outputting the file. Next, change the variables for folder output to file output. In VS Code, there's an easy way to do them all. Get the cursor on one instance of the variable and right-click. Select Rename Symbol. F2 does it too. Change folder to file. Do this for both the button variable and the text control. Where the button is defined, change the text label to File. The button handler is a little different. Instead of Folder Select Dialog, use File Save Dialog. And after setting the text control to full name, also put the file object that was returned into the variable File PDF. File PDF equals F. In the OK button handler, change the alert from Folder to File. That takes care of the interface. In the process function, most is going away because there won't be a loop to process files one by one. Instead, we'll use a single call that does the work for us. So we don't need the variable I. We still need to get a list of the files, so that stays. But since we're here, I want to upgrade this bit of code. Currently, the call to Get Files gets anything in the folder, including other folders and hidden items. The Get Files method has some functionality that helps. In the InDesign tutorials, we passed a string of the file name pattern to match, star.indd. That's one way to limit the results, but there is another. The Get Files method also accepts a function for the argument. The function is executed on each item in the folder. If the function returns true, the item is included in the results. False, and it's ignored. So for the argument, add function, a single argument f, if f hidden or f instance of folder, return false. Otherwise, return true. Now the Get Files method ignores folders and hidden files. More complex logic may be added to refine the results to specific file types, but that will be enough for now. We don't need to process files individually, so remove the call to progress set and the files loop. The loop called process file, so that entire function can also go away. Now for the new additions. First, declare a new variable. var presentation options. And it's fine to define it at the same time, if you like. Equals new presentation options. I do this sometimes, but not always. But I do always declare variables at the top of functions. It's a habit from other languages, and it is helpful to keep clear what variables a function uses. After reading the input folder and the test to ensure there are files to process, set the presentation options property, presentation, to false. Presentation options, presentation equals false. All that remains is to call the app method. App make PDF presentation Files, File PDF, Presentation Options. The first argument is the files array made by reading the folder. Second is the file object for the output PDF. And finally, the presentation options. Now run the script. Select the input folder. Output is now a file, not a folder, so it wants a name entered. I'll use result.pdf. Click OK, and the script gets to work. When done, open the PDF. There it is, a page for each image in the folder. It's that easy. However, we have no idea of the PDF settings used. Pitstop shows the images are 300 resolution, so maybe Photoshop used high-quality print. I really don't know. But there is a way to know. Tell Photoshop a PDF preset to use. This only takes a few lines. First, declare another variable for save options. var PDF save options. Again, it's fine to define it at the same time, if you like. Equals new PDF save options. After setting the presentation property to false, add a line to set the property preset file. PDF save options preset file equals, and add the name of the preset you want to use. I have one for low res named Proof. Last, we have to tell the presentation options to use the PDF save options. Presentation options PDF file options equals PDF save options. Now run the script. When done, open the PDF. This time, we can see the images are now 100 resolution. That makes a smaller PDF. If your purpose for images in PDF are to show a client, lower resolution is probably what you want. Or choose other values in the preset used. Create or edit a PDF preset however you like, and use the preset name in the script code. In Photoshop, go to the Edit menu. Adobe PDF Presets. Choose a preset to use as a starting point, then click the button New. Give it a name, and adjust the settings as desired. Click OK, and you have a new PDF preset. Once a PDF is output, you may want to restrict printing and editing it. Open the PDF in Acrobat. Go to the File menu, Properties, and select the Security tab. Change the security method to Password Security. In the dialog window that opens, set the security options and password as desired, which are then enforced once the PDF is saved. Subscribe so you're notified of upcoming videos, and like this one if you found it helpful. Also, leave a comment. What kind of script should we make next? Most of my scripts and ideas for new videos are because of user comments. I want to hear your suggestions. Thank you for watching.